So I thought that I would do a little bit of a different video format for this one. This is going to be me browsing through the money-making guides on the wiki, which is pretty much what I do to normally locate content anyway. So this will just be me browsing through. We're just going to do the money-making and the recurring ones just for today, just for a test. So the first one that you can see there is charging the inert adrenaline crystals, which I actually have already tested this method. And I definitely was not getting this amount of profit per hour here. I am actually playing in the background there, as you can see in the corner, while I record this, so I may be slightly distracted, but hopefully not. So with this charging inert adrenaline crystals, yeah, I mean, we kind of busted this method already. It's very, very kind of not AFK, and it is hard to buy the inert adrenaline crystals. And yeah, it's not really worth the effort, I don't think. The next method is partial potion producer, which takes 2 minutes and gives you 11 mil profit. I think that this is one of the high-level invention machines. Make sure you're actually using the partial potion producer, that's hard to say, DX, instead of the regular potion. If you do not, the profit gained will be lower than shown on this page. Yeah, I think that this is one of the Invention Guild machines, but I've never seen it look like that before. Plus you also have to make the partial potion producer first. Alright, I'm not going to say that again, it's too complicated. The next one in the list is using the auto disassembler Mark II to make empty divine charges. So basically this one, I have done this, and you just buy kind of the cheapest logs on GE for the moment, and then you take those logs and just put them in the auto disassembler. I think I've got 2 of them running at the moment, and then it converts them into the simple parts, I think, and then you just have to stand at the kind of invention desk and make the empty divine charges. Yep, so you make, it does actually use the logs, and then you will need the divine charges to charge your machine as well. So usually with this one, I think it ends up being around 6,000 of the, what are they called, simple parts. And it does make quite a lot of divine charges, but then you're sitting kind of in the Invention Guild for about half an hour to make all of those charges. So it is quite, it's like probably a weekly money maker, and it does seem to work pretty well. So just buy cheap logs, whatever's the cheapest log, and put it in the disassembler. Back to recurring. Mega shop runs, I've kind of stopped doing these ones because it's just really a lot of running around, and with the price of runes at the moment, they have become a lot less effective money makers. So mega shop run, I don't know about that. I did do a guide on the shop runs just a little while ago actually. But yeah, I don't really think that it's, I mean, that's a lot of kind of teleporting around and buying things, and even using magic notepaper. What do they say? A comprehensive mega shop money making guide concentrates on one of the most reliable methods. It is probably still reliable, but I guess if you can remember where to go for this, then it would be good. But look at all these teleporting around, so much. Lunar Isle, Yanil, Wizard Guild, I'm not going to read them all, but it's a lot. How much can you make from this, apparently? Inputs 5.2, outputs around 12. I think I'd skip the mega shop runs, personally. Alchemizer machine, this is a good one. Let's see what they recommend for this. Yeah, it's always the Ascendry Bolts E. You just buy them. They're always fairly think they're around 8.5k each bolt, and they do alch quite well. So, and you do need to add nature in. So pretty much every time I put in 5 into each of my Alchemizer Mark II, you got to have the Mark IIs, otherwise the Mark 1s still use the fire runes as well, so it makes rune costs a bit more. So yeah, then this, you just need the charges and the bolts, and you just load your machine up and kind of you leave it there for a week normally. Yeah, I think it's about 8 days to run through that many bolts, and then just put in whatever salvages and things you have, if you have any others in your bank. Just leave it there and it kind of makes money by itself, which is good. So that's definitely a good recurring money maker. Cleaning grimy Harlander. 6 mil. Effective profit arc. So it takes 10 minutes. I think that using this, I guess filling the machine up, can take 2 minutes and emptying it. Cleaning grimy Harlander. 7 minutes. I haven't heard of this one. 7.3 minutes every 4 hours. So this is basically just a herb run, is it? Using a herb lore presets, it's possible to clean an inventory every 2 game ticks. So you can kind of... Why is this a recurring one? Because of the buy limit every 4 hours. So what, you buy 10,000 Harlander and then clean them? Oh man, that would be a painful task. How quickly can they do that? 7 minutes? Wow. I'd like to see a video of that. I want to see them cleaning 10,000 herbs in 7 minutes. Can anyone do that? I definitely can't. So inputs 21 mil in herbs and outputs 26 mil. Yeah, I don't know about that either, but I guess you'd have to check the prices. And that's why it has this big red sign here saying, check the prices. What are we up to? We're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Making ultra compost, really? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that either. Cleaning grimy dwarf weed. This is the same. Harlander, dwarf weed. Completing soul reaper tasks. I mean, that is kind of fun, usually. Just like a bit of a boss fight. And I think you make the money out of buying the Hydrixes from the Reaper points. Reaper points which are valued at 200k each, really? Between 7 and 9 depending on the task. Yeah, the profit listed is purely from purchasing an incomplete Hydrix. Once you have 300 Reaper points, the drops from the bosses will increase the profit. Yeah, so if you get a good Reaper task also, then I guess that could be worth it. Is it annoying having my game window up the top here? Is that kind of covering things? It probably is. Killing Beastmaster Durzag. Is this a recurring one as well? 3.7 mil. I don't think I've ever killed Beastmaster Durzag before. There's so much of this game that I still haven't actually experienced yet. Okay. Where's this? 3.7 mil per instance. Wow. And it's a recurring, so you spend 500,000 in kind of consumables and then you get a Mazcab. I don't think I've even been to Mazcab yet. Something to add to the list. Oh, I missed a blessing. The profit assumes that the player owns all Arc 2 pieces except one chest piece. I don't know what they are. Yeah, okay. It's like kind of like a boss fight. Gathering golden roses with rapid growth. I did try this one, but I didn't really understand it. So some of these methods you need extensive, or more extensive than I have, game knowledge, I think. Special wilderness flash events. I didn't even know you could make money from them. Interesting. 20 minutes. I have done one before, but I don't think I made any money. Oh, okay, so you do the rewards, kind of like... I have done the moth or the butterfly catching one, and then they give you a sack of rewards at the end, so that must be just from them. That's pretty good. Sack of rewards worth 1.8 mil, and then you get a sack of very wild if you can kind of get the... Oh, and you can get wilderness achievements for free fast teleportation to the wilderness volcano. You just have to find out where it is, I think. What else is there? Farming spirit weed, farming dwarf weed with a plant tower. What is a plant tower? I don't know what a plant tower is. Spirit weed. So this is basically just farm runs, is it? Not sure about that one. I think that's all of the interesting ones. The buying runes one, this is kind of what I did the shop run on. Definitely not as profitable at the moment. The nature runes are quite good to buy. I think some runes are still selling okay, but I probably would skip the runes. Same with the shop runs. Anyway, I think that's all of the interesting ones on here that I can see. Mining red and crystal sandstone. 1.3 mil in, 4 mil out. I think currently my easiest money making method that I'm doing right now in the corner up here is just farming archaeology. It's so AFK, and if you do sell your excess things that you collect, it's probably... I don't know, I get probably about 20 mil a day-ish from that. Just kind of sitting there. And plus also I'm still looking for the pieces of Ballarak's brush, so I'm just kind of sitting here for that. But anyway, I guess this video is probably long enough now, and I will leave it there. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next one.